What is going on, Miami Dolphins fans? Welcome to the Fins Up Network. It's Ben Morgan. I've got top keys to victory today for our Dolphins against those Green Bay Packers. But before I get into my top keys, I got to drop this on you because a lot of you know that have been here for a while. But if anyone's new to this, I'm from Wisconsin. Got a lot of friends that are Packers fans. My own wife, I've got a divided household. My own wife is a Green Bay Packers fan. Now think about when we're playing this game. It's Christmas. Who do you see on Christmas? Your family. Guess who I'm going to see this Christmas? Bunch of cheeseheads. Guess what I can't have? I can't have a Dolphins loss to the Packers hanging over my head just for the sake of me being a Dolphins fan. That's going to kill me, one. But then to have that, have the family, have the friends on top of all that with the holiday mixed in, and we don't play them again for 4 years unless we were to meet them in a Super Bowl, can't be having that. So I see a lot of Packers games. I feel like I got a pretty good feel for this game about the Packers, obviously about the Dolphins. So I want to get into my top keys to victory here, but damn it, we need to get this win. And I want to hear from you as well. So drop your top keys to victory in the comments. Let's keep talking about it there. And I'm going to jump into mine because I don't have a number, but the first one I'm going to talk about, keep Christian Watson out of the end zone. And most people's primary concern, I would say, you look at this Packers offense, it's different than it's been the last few years. Right now, their primary way of controlling a game and doing well on offense is their running backs. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon is one of the best duos in the entire league. They got a little thunder and lightning thing going on there. But as a team, they're top 12 in rushing yards per game. Both of them are good in the pass game. Both of them have over 150 carries. Dillon's over 4 yards per carry. Aaron Jones is over 5 yards per carry. But why that's not my top concern? We have proven time and time again that we are pretty damn good against actual running backs. We struggle against rushing quarterbacks. Not breaking any news there. But against the Dalvin Cooks, against the Damian Pierces, against the Nick Chubbs, we've done pretty damn well. It's the scrambling quarterbacks that kill us. But Zach Sealer, Christian Wilkins, they have been blowing up plays at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage. So yeah, we can't lose focus of an Aaron Jones, of an A.J. Dillon, but that's not my primary concern. I want to talk about Christian Watson here because he starts his NFL career. I believe it was his first ever target. They draw up a bomb to him in Minneapolis against the Vikings. Rodgers drops it right in the bucket. It would have been an easy touchdown. He drops it. Watson got out to a slow start. He had some injuries. He goes scoreless in his first 6 games. Since then, what has he done, though? Last 5 games, the dude has totaled 8 touchdowns, 7 receiving, 1 rushing. And the thing is, he's not just getting like peppered with targets. He's not the only guy that they're focusing on. The most targets he's gotten in a game this year is 8. But if you look at his stat line, he's averaging probably about 5 to 7 per game right now. But the thing is, Rodgers and Watson, they are capitalizing when they hook up. They're getting chunk yardage. He's averaging 15.4 yards per catch this season. But the dude is one of the faster wide receivers in the NFL. And he's not like Tyreek Hill size. He's 6'5", 208. The guy has come onto the scene recently. He appears to be a big part of the plans for the Packers in the future, definitely at the position. But his speed, his production recently, and then you're going to pair that with our banged up secondary. We talk about all the time. Xavier Howard has been playing recently. You can't tell me that guy's 100% right now. And then go down the list. Byron Jones hasn't played this year. Nick Needham is out. Trill Williams is out. Brandon Jones is out. That's a lot of bench guys, a lot of guys that you didn't anticipate playing this year that now have to factor in and play a lot of snaps against a guy like Christian Watson. So you can't let him get behind the secondary because guess who's going to find him? 12. Aaron Rodgers. Let's bleed right into that because my next takeaway, got to get home with 4. Because you look at Aaron Rodgers, a Super Bowl winner, multiple regular season MVP, one of the best quarterbacks to ever walk this planet. We're not taking that away from him. This has been a little bit of a different season. He's not having what you would consider like your typical Aaron Rodgers season. I don't even think he's thrown for over 300 yards in a single game this season. But if you bring the heat against this guy, you better damn well get home. Otherwise, he is finding the open guy, Christian Watson. He's going to capitalize on that opportunity. So the hope is, what's the hope here? The hope is that you can rush with 4 and still get heat on him. But even if you don't get that immediate pressure, what have we seen from the Packers in the last 5 years or so? Aaron Rodgers excels. He's one of the best to ever make off-script plays. Well, they're doing that this year, but it's not near at the frequency as it has been in the past. So you mix in a blitz here and there, and that's fine, but you cannot, absolutely cannot make a game plan that's centered around it. You got to bring four, you got to drop a few more guys in coverage more often than not. And then what do you hope for? You hope Jalen Phillips, Zach Sealer, Christian Wilkins, Andrew Van Ginkel, Melvin Ingram, Bradley Chubb. You hope those guys can get home and force those early decisions. You just cannot make a habit out of blitzing Aaron Rodgers. Just a matter of time before he makes you pay. And with that speed we talked about from Christian Watson, who's a damn alien out there, it's just a matter of time before it happens. So let's jump into number 3. We got to talk a little bit about the Dolphins offense here as well. Now, I say find balance. Now, I'm not talking about like a 50-50 run split. That's not what balance looks like in today's NFL. What I'm talking about is not abandoning the run. Even if you get down 7, 10, 14 points, you cannot abandon the run. Kind of like what we did against Baltimore. We didn't necessarily just give up on the run here. We actually stayed to it. The run game needs to remain a threat to help our offense reach its full potential, get back to those bread and butter type of plays that got us to these 8 wins. Now, what do I mean by bread and butter plays? It's no secret out there. Defenses even know it now. A good percentage of our yards come over the middle of the field in the passing game. Now, we've seen that taken away recently, not as much against the Bills, but the 49ers game, the Chargers game. How did we get back to being able to go to some of those plays against the Bills? Well, we ran the ball successfully. We were able to take some dump offs. We were able to hit some guys on the outside when the middle of the field was taken away. So you get Raheem Mostert going. You're running the ball consistently a little bit more on first down. You're giving yourself second and manageable opportunities, and that's what we did against the Bills. Well, what happens when you do that? The playbook, boom, that thing just opens up. Are you going to run again on second and short? Is it time for a shot play? Are you going to mix in an RPO? Are you going to hit one of those deep and intermediate routes? Every single one of those things and more is now at our disposal. And it is not easy for defensive coordinators to account for that when you've got the speed guys of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the outside that you have to account for. And now you're thinking about adding a guy to the box to protect against that run. And that's exactly what Mike McDaniel talked about following that Bills game in regards to, well, why were the second half and fourth quarter rush numbers so low? Well, the Bills were dropping another safety into the box, so it was opening up opportunities in the pass game. And that's exactly that coach chess game that they're playing out there. It's defense reacts to this, or we expect the defense to react this way. We need to do something that contradicts that. It's being one step ahead of your opponent at all time. You're taking advantage of the numbers game is essentially what you're doing. And Mike McDaniel has stressed that since day one, since he's been here. He's not going to veer from who he is. It's why he uses a fullback. It gives him an advantage in numbers in the running game. It's why he uses so much motion. It's why he throws the ball when defenses are committing more guys to the run. So yeah, back to that Bills game for a second. Yeah, we wanted more rushes in the second half and in the fourth quarter, but honestly, we didn't even run that many plays in the fourth quarter. What we truly wanted, it wasn't necessarily just a bump in run plays. It was the bump in run plays on third and shorts. Because in the second half of that game, we were passing the ball just fine. It was the third and short opportunities where the Bills, yes, they were loading the box, but rather than just saying, you know what, we're getting good push, we're getting positive yards, let's just try to run the ball, we got a little bit stubborn and threw the ball. So yeah, I would love to change that. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep that balance, maintain that balance, make Green Bay respect the threat of the run game. And then when your shot plays are there, you got to be able to take advantage of it. And kind of like that whole Braylon Sanders issue from last week where the shot play was there and we just happened to mess it up. You got to take advantage when the shot plays are there. But those are my top keys to victory against those Green Bay Packers. But like I said, I want to hear from you as well. So drop yours in the comments. Let's talk about it more there. I'm going to have one final preview and prediction video left for this week. I've got a guest that covers the Packers that's going to be joining me for that. So make sure you are staying tuned for that. Get subscribed, turn on those notifications, and it'll be waiting for you as soon as it drops. But that is my time for today, Miami Dolphins fans. And until that final prediction video, fins up.